Roosevelt family loved their pets. During his time in the White House, President Roosevelt had over 12 dogs. Two of the dogs, Fala and Chief, are buried in the Rose Garden at Hyde Park. Now, President Roosevelt passed away on April 12, 1945, and just minutes after his death, Fala began acting very strangely. Fala gave off a series of snarling barks and ran headfirst into a screen door. Crashing through the screen door, Fala ran outside and up a hill, where the Secret Service noticed Fala standing stock still, staring skyward. Which leads us to a question. Do dogs really know? And just what are they thinking? Let's find out with Laurel Matheson.
I work for Roosevelt Campbell International Park, and I love dogs. And I just want to tell you a little story about Anna Roosevelt's dog, Chief, and I hope you enjoy it. It was 1918, and looking back now, I can definitely say that being the door prize at a Red Cross benefit was the best day of my life. And little did I know that I, a German Shepherd pup, would be part of one of the most influential and admired families in history, the Roosevelts. Yes, I was a door prize, but a good one. And my name is Chief, named after Chief of the Mohawk. My bestie and caretaker was 12-year-old Anna Roosevelt. We were inseparable, and this gets me to thinking of our summers on Campobello that were filled with exactly what they were, a breath of fresh air. Let me start with the train ride to Eastport, Maine. If I remember correctly, it was in late June, and I knew we were getting close because I got a whiff of salt water and a hint of sardines for sure. Captain Calder wasted no time loading the boat with trunks, barrels of food, maids, and kids. The water was sometimes choppy, and you could see the fog hovering in the distance. And before we knew it, you could see the teeny maids, the teeny co-ed hotels, next to Welsh Hubbards, and of course my happy place, Roosevelt Cottage. I just couldn't wait. Jumped right off the boat and onto the beach. Ugh, a little colder than I thought. Oh well, up to the cottage with Anna behind me. Hello, squirrel, and hello, summer. Up we go. Anna says I better do my business. Up the hill, and I can see some of the neighbors are here. The Hubbards, the Cochrans, the Princes. Some of those kids can be nasty. Smells are coming from the kitchen. If I could just slide by. Okay, everyone is busy settling in, so I get sent outside. Oh well, lounging on these steps isn't so bad after all. Oh no, here they come. Anna, James, and Elliot. And here we go, down the hill, through the fields, and into the woods. We played from morning until night, beachcombing, swimming, and fishing. We had an endless supply of apples for eating and throwing. From the cottage to Friar's Head, we played hide and seek, baseball, and chasing sheep. Scratch that last one, because I did get in a little trouble. Actually, I did cause some trouble when I grabbed a sheep once, totally by accident, of course. The owner was not pleased, so Franklin and Eleanor straightened that out. No more sheep for me. Sailing, sometimes we sail all day on the Vireo. I could still feel that saltwater spray on my fur. Mrs. McGowan, by the way, a great cook, would pack the best picnic lunches for us. And Franklin, knowing these waters like the back of his hand, hugged the shoreline so close I could have jumped out on the beach. We would sail around Deer Point by the Owen Estate and down to North Road where Captain Calder kept his boat. A little further down, we would zigzag among the smaller islands in Wilson's Beach. Wilson's Beach was very busy with fishermen coming and going, and I can still remember seeing racks of fish laying out in that sun to dry, just waiting to be eaten. Next would be Head Harbor Lighthouse, where the keeper would always have a big wave. And the Wolves, they were a string of 3 islands. They had a great legend to them, but I just can't remember exactly what that was. We would then sail around the back of the island, which had much cooler air, to Heron Cove Beach. A bluff overlooked the bay with Graham and Ann in the background, and that's where we had the best picnics ever. Days grew lazy and into August. We would run up to Mulholland Light just to watch the schooner sail by, and of course a shoot out across the Lubeck. I'm pretty certain I could have swum over there. The days were warm, but we could always cool off in the cold salt water. Drying off was a couple of good shakes from me and a few screams and giggles from the kids. Those were the days, and I love Campobello. Anna McGowan always saved me scraps. It makes my mouth water just thinking about it, especially those 3 days a week when the butcher stopped by. And I can still smell the mixture of salt water, beach roses, and Franklin's pipe lingering in the air as I curled up in the screened-in porch, which I think might have helped keep those pesky mosquitoes away. And what better way to spend an evening than right in the middle of the Roosevelt astronomers, stretched out among little legs and arms holding me close. I love those days. I'm getting much older now, and I find myself thinking more and more of those Campobello summers, filled with fun, adventure, curiosity, and of course sardines. So as far as I can see, I have done my duty as a faithful, loving companion and food taster. Yes, I was a door prize, but a good one. And my Anna just made it so easy. I do have a dog named Molly, and she loves walking. I take her walking with me all the time on the trails. My favorite one here is coming up here to Mulholland. We start down at Roosevelt Park, come up through the woods there, and we end up here and come back down again. And she loves it, and I love it too, and it takes me about an hour to do it all. And so bring your dogs here, enjoy yourself, get out around, and the dogs love it. And it gets them some fresh air and gets you some fresh air too.